What's up, everyone, and welcome to ClearTalk. So, in this video, we're going to be talking about overall, we're going to be talking about money in politics, money in Washington, influence, the way that they seems like they try they're all the things that they do that seems like it to make themselves money, the corruption, and just it is frustrating for me because I've been talking about this, and even if and people in the progressive sphere and in the Democratic, well, those in the progressive sphere of the Democratic Party and whatnot have been talking about this for years now, and trying to open up like the eyes to not only just like the Republicans and their corruption, but the Democrats and their corruption, and how we've constantly things are always being pointed out when it comes to like the Democrats and stuff like that. You always have the right screaming, "Oh, look at the corruption! Look at them! That's all they do is make deals and blah 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 blah." With Wall Street or like with Biden's son and his, making money off of his dad and blah, blah, blah. And this is corruption. And look at this, blah, blah, blah. We need to, impeach and all this shit. And while I completely understand the sentiment but when it comes to, right now, we have a continuation. We've been talking about this since Trump. I mean, all the stuff that Trump has been doing all along for years now, constantly trying to make money off of his political popularity with his own people and supporters and whatnot, just constantly funneling money from them, and them willingly doing it, and we have another one here I want to quickly go over, and then just talk in general about just a whole idea of money in politics. So thank you very much for joining me, and if you want to see more from the channel, please check out other videos and stuff from ClearTalk. You can also check out my other channels, JMDPLAY, JMD Puzzling. If you'd like to subscribe to them, that would be amazing, wonderful. Thank you very much if you do. Check out those videos there, and of course, if you want to support, there's some links there for support. If any kind of support you give is much appreciated, and I thank you very, very much. So I have a little article here, and this is about the Trump-backed Bitcoin company. All right, we've known that the Trump's been his sons have been working. They've been little by little moving from real estate to the Bitcoin circuit, and trying to set up a Bitcoin thing or whatever to make money that way. And for some reason, this is not being considered whatsoever to be corrupt in any kind of way. We have a Bitcoin treasury and mining company linked to the Trump family began trading Wednesday on the NASDAQ stock market. American Bitcoin's listing follows a completed merger with Griffon Digital Mining. The company is backed by President Donald Trump's sons, Donald Trump Jr. and Eric Trump. Our NASDAQ debut marks a historical milestone in bringing Bitcoin into the core of U.S. capital markets, Eric Trump said in a statement. He is a co-founder and chief strategy officer of American Bitcoin. Public companies accumulating Bitcoin as a corporate treasure has become a popular trend in crypto, as the world's most popular digital asset is priced near an all-time high. The parent company of Trump's True Social has also moved to accumulate Bitcoin. American Bitcoin said it plans to use self-mining operations and optimistic Bitcoin purchases to stand out in a growing field. Wednesday's listing gives it investors. Let's not play. Okay, gives investors yet another chance to put money in a Trump-like crypto project. The Trump family has made a heavy pivot from real estate into crypto in the last year, with projects ranging from the U.S. dollar-backed stablecoin to the president hawking his own meme coin. On Monday, another Trump family backed crypto project, World Liberty Financial, launched public trading on its tokens. The popularity of such projects has put the value of the Trump family's crypto holdings at several $billion, at least on paper. Democrats have blasted the president for trying to monetize his popularity with crypto investors while also pushing for pro-crypto legislation and regulations. Trump has denied any improper conflicts of interest. Now, this is the idea. This is the point. As much, when we talk about, say, Congress is supposed to, like, they're not supposed to hold any kind of stocks and stuff like that personally, because they have influence on whether or not laws being passed and regulations and stuff like that being passed. They could influence the market and make themselves money. That's like, so we have rules around them not doing that. Now, granted, we still allow for family members to do it of Congress people, which it's kind of like, okay, I don't completely agree with that. My electricity just went out. I don't know how long my computer will hold. Hopefully it'll be low enough for me to finish this video. And so that's crazy. I've never had that happen in a video, I don't think. I have a battery backup though. But this is where the rules and stuff have allowed for this kind of thing to go on, and it's been happening now since from the I believe the 90s, when they changed the rules, or maybe the early 2000s. I can't remember what year, but when the Supreme Court allowed for basically money in politics and the influence of money in politics, and it's ridiculous. Politics should not be based around how much money you have. Should not be based around allowing people to manipulate markets and things by regulations or whatnot. It shouldn't be allowed for people of influence to be able to create and shift around. Like this is the Trump family, okay, and they're creating Bitcoins, companies and stuff for them to be able to make money off of Bitcoin. And who influences regulations and laws and rules around that? Trump. He's pushing for pro legislation and regulations and stuff around crypto so that it can come, like, just blow up and flourish, and they can make money as well. I mean, all these different things that he's been doing, and why it is being continued to be allowed for him to have all these different products and things that he has been constantly making fun of money off of. I mean, they have right now. Get this. I'm gonna add this into this little segment. They have right now. This is from Newsweek. Donald Trump asks for $15 donations to get to heaven. There is nothing that this man won't do to try to make money. He has no end to what he will do. Hey, power's back. What end to what he will do to make money. He has no problem with going low as he necessarily as low as he wants to or can. President Donald Trump has sent a campaign fundraising email with the subject line, "I want to try to get to heaven." It might be too late, bud. The email framed his political survival and legal battles as evidence. I mean, for one, let me just finish. The email framed his political survival and legal battles as evidence for divine purpose and asked supporters to contribute $15 during a 24-hour Trump fundraising blitz. Oh, 24 hours for him to get into heaven. Hey, why it matters? President Donald Trump's blending of religious language and immediate fundraising appeals linked his personal fate and political aims in a single campaign message, a development that intersects with recent public remarks in which he said he is trying to get to heaven. Trump's campaign email used the subject line, "I want to try to get to heaven," presenting the former president's political victories and his survival of last year's attempted assassination as evidence of divine intervention and a purpose to make America great again. For fuck's sakes. The email presented past campaign events, including Trump's 2016 victory over Hillary Clinton, his impeachment acquittals, and ongoing legal battles as part of spiritual narrative that justified the fundraising appeal. Oh. So because he won in 2016, the impeachments were not successful. All his legal battles he has been able to skirt out from underneath, especially becoming president again. That's all divine intervention. That's all God. That's all God wanting to make sure that Trump is good. If all those are about God, then why are you worried about getting to heaven? Apparently God's on your side, so you have no problem getting into heaven. Why do you think you still need to get into heaven? Or still need to do something to get into heaven? Or is it you just think these are just him continuing the possibility for you to do what you need to do to get into heaven? I don't know. So solicitation asked supporters to take part in a 24-hour Trump fundraising blitz and sought $15 contributions as part of the push. Trump has recently discussed concerns of his afterlife and said he wanted to try and get to heaven. Comments made on Fox and Friends program. The New York Times also reported that Trump discussed being at the bottom of the totem pole regarding his standing in the afterlife and tied the decision to his concern about whether his actions would secure him in a place in heaven. In the campaign email, Donald Trump said, "Last year I came millimeters from death when that bullet pierced through my skin. My triumphant return to the White House is never supposed to happen. But I believe that God saved me for one reason, to make America great again." I certainly wasn't supposed to survive an assassin's bullet, but by the grace of Almighty God, I did. So now I have no other choice but to answer the call of duty, but I can't do it alone. I want to try to get to heaven if possible. I'm hearing I'm not doing well. I'm really at the bottom of the totem pole. What is he talking about here? Does he have some sort of religious guru that's telling him I don't know, I'm not sure you're going to be able to get into heaven. You're kind of low. I mean, look at all the things you've done in your past. You're going to have to do a lot of stuff, a lot of good things in order to get you a good place or to get you a ticket to heaven. Or is this actually him reacting to... Is this really him slyly reacting to his poll numbers? And the fact that his popularity is diminishing little by little. He's at the bottom of the totem pole because he literally has numbers that just come out showed he was the lowest popularity, the lowest poll numbers in his history. I mean, there's nothing that he won't do to make a buck. Nothing that he won't do, and apparently his supporters, nothing that they won't allow for him to make money, for his whole entire family to make money, for them to manipulate the markets and now crypto and put all these kinds of money schemes, laundering schemes. I mean, all the times that he pretended that he was collecting money for his campaigns, and then the money didn't go to the campaigns, it went to his legal fees and all these other different things. I mean, the man is a con. He is a fraud. He's a fraud. And I don't know how many times we got to say it. I don't know how many times he has to prove it over and over and over again. And if this is my problem, this is my point though, that this is anybody else. If this had been Biden, if this was, well, we already have the issue with Nancy Pelosi with her husband and the possibility that they were, doing some, behind the, up underneath the whatever, doing some corrupt stuff to make money. If this was anybody else that are even remotely related to the left, or at least left of Trump, this would be just blown, I mean, like to the roof, arguing and complaining and impeachment this, impeachment that, get them out, put them, lock them up. But Trump, nothing, not a peep. Yay! Give him money. Give him money. Give him our money. Wow, he does everything he can to take away from you. Taken away from education programs, taken away from workers, taken away from the health industry, taken away from, I mean, everything that could potentially benefit you as a citizen, as a, regular John Doe, medium, middle class or lower class, whatever person, anybody that is not considered upper class, taken away from you. Whether it's through unilateral executive orders, or through pushing through legislation, or direct email or money scams. But this is the problem with around all of this, and the ability to be able to make money off of political position, where you have the ability to influence how things react and work in the market and with their businesses and the flow of money and everything else. And that openly being okay, it being legal to do. And that's the reason why, if you're wondering why everybody else in the country just continues to get screwed over over and over again. Promises made and broken over and over again. Because they get up there and they talk a sweet talk, how they'll help you with this and help you with that, and then they never fucking do anything. The Democratic Party, they just sort of toss a few little crumbs out, but ultimately do nothing. And the Republican Party, they turn their fucking back on you and stomp on everything that they say they're going to do. and do everything to actually take from you instead. This is Washington. But all you crazy, internet hawks out there that always want to bring it up, you only ever want to bring it up when it's what you consider criminal or corrupt people on the left, because apparently for y'all, only ones that are corrupt are on the left. And that is your version of the left, not mine. But lo and behold, somebody like Trump can just completely get away with it. And nobody blinks an eye. It's like it's expected. And why do they not blink an eye? Because they think that allows him to continue to have power, and they think that means that they are going to continue to benefit with whatever delusion that they think they're benefiting from. I need everybody to open up their eyes. I need the right to open up their eyes and see how they've been fooled over. I need centrists to open up their eyes and see how they've been fooled over. I need the left to open up their eyes and see where they may have been fooled over. If you are not pushing for money out of politics, if you are not pushing for the wealthy having influence over Washington, over politics, over laws and regulations and legislature, then you are fooling yourself if you think something's going to change and benefit you. And I'm talking to everybody here. And if a political person, somebody running for office in any political position at that is not saying and arguing for getting money out of politics, then I promise you, they are not the ones you need in that position. Because they more than likely are going to try to use it to benefit them. I'm going to keep this short. Thank you very much for joining me. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about the Get Me to Heaven scheme, the Bitcoin scheme, along with all those other schemes. Along with just money in politics and the corruption that it wields in Washington. Let me know what you think. And until next time, peace. Clear Talk with love. I'm out.